Welcome to Dr. Loomis, and today we'll be comparing two recent Stephen King adaptations and making the case for the fact that little-seen Netflix original 1922 is actually a much better film than the box office mega smash giant killer It. Now, there is no denying that It was a commercial and critical success. Made for the relatively small sum of $35 million, it romped home to a global box office total of $654 million. And also, it earned itself the title of being the most successful opening weekend for a horror film ever recorded. In contrast, 1922 is a Netflix original that will only be seen by a very limited audience and only has 5 actors listed on its Wikipedia page under cast. It, on the other hand, is probably one of the most recognised horror brands in pop culture, whereas 1922 is based on one of King's more obscure tales, with not one demonic clown anywhere in sight. However, I believe that 1922 is a far superior movie to It. But why? Well, number one is complexity of source material. As of September 2017, there were an impressive 59 film adaptations of works by Stephen King. Even a brief look at the list will show you that for every Shawshank Redemption, there is a Graveyard Shift, or there is a Cell, or there is, God forbid, a Lawnmower Man just waiting to happen. However, one resounding truth that seems to be evident is the fact that short stories or novellas by King are what make the best movies. For example, if you just look at the source material for his most popular films, The Shawshank Redemption has only 106 pages. The Body, aka Stand By Me, 131 pages. The Mist, 230 pages. 1922 itself, 130 pages. Now, all of these successful film adaptations are based on simple stories taken from Stephen King anthologies that are told with the kind of brevity that really does lend itself to a 3-act screenplay. It, on the other hand, clocks in at almost 1,200 pages long. It is an epic beast of a novel. King's fertile imagination, coupled with the sprawling complexity of his more epic books, make it a very difficult proposition to adapt for the big screen. In fact, there is so much missing from 2017's It that it makes it very difficult to call the film a faithful adaptation. Some of the things that I noticed that were missing from the novel that I thought were essential were, well, for example, number one, there was no Wolfman, there was no mummy, there was no creature from the Black Lagoon, Mike doesn't see the giant bird, Stan doesn't see the drowned children, the statue of Paul Bunyan certainly does feature, but it doesn't come to life, and all of the horrific circumstances concerning Patrick Hossetter and his fridge in the woods are completely ignored. It is a multi-layered novel, taking in several narrative threads, timelines and perspectives all at once. The result that we're left with, though, is a film adaptation that simply misses out too much. The same could be said for the adaptation of King's fantasy opus The Dark Tower. The filmmakers attempted to grind the complex series of novels down into an easy-to-follow 95-minute crowd pleaser, and it was disappointing to say the least. Anyone who's actually read The Gunslinger would expect at least one solid hour consisting of little more than the gunslinger wordlessly stalking the desert in search of the man in black, which is certainly not what we got. 1922, on the other hand, has a simple yet compelling story at its core. Like Misery before it, 1922 boasts few characters and limited locations. It tells the story of Thomas James Wilfred James, a man who harbours what he calls a conniving man, which is much akin to Dexter's Dark Passenger. In order to prevent his wife from selling her 100-acre farmland and moving to the big city, Wilfred manipulates his teenage son into helping him murder his own mother, in order for them to claim the land as their own. This terrible act has far-reaching consequences that reverberate across time and really do consume each character with terrible, unforeseen results. 1922 is a slow-burn character study about guilt. It is tragic, it is sad, and it is scary in a way that It simply couldn't muster.